Hey there, YouTubers. I have another week worth of comic books for you, and it was another big week. Well, a little bit bigger than since I bought 2 extra comics. But we'll start off first showing you this one. It's Gru vs. Conan, number 3 of 4. It's every bit as silly as you think it would be. Sergio Aragonés is drawing the Gru parts, and Tom Yates is drawing the Conan parts. And Sergio Aragonés and Mark Evanier are characters in the book too. And Sergio Aragonés has got a head injury and dreaming that he's Conan, and it's a nutty story. But I like it. It's not often you see art styles mixed like that. That's like I said. I always like Gru, so I'm gonna. I'm enjoying the series. It's too silly for a lot of people, but it's not too silly for me. I'll throw these two up together because why not? It's XO Manowar number 29, Armor Hunters, and Armor Hunters number 4, The Epic Conclusion. So far, I've really enjoyed this Armor Hunters storyline. The XO book has basically been about kind of the backstory of the Armor Hunters and how they're trying to save the galaxy from this plague of armor that's killing planets. And the Armor Hunters has been about them on our planet trying to kill our planet in order to get the armor. So it's been an interesting story because you certainly don't want Earth to die. But you can see the point of these Armor Hunters. Oh, that also reminds me, there's one more Valiant comic that isn't... There we go. Harbinger Omega. There was a Harbinger Armor Hunters, too, which ties in with the Armor Hunters. But this one ties up the Harbinger series, which I think has been canceled and might be relaunched. I'm not even sure. But he was the lead character. This guy right here, Pete Stanacek, was the lead character in the Harbinger series. He ran the team of renegades who fought against the global conglomerate. And it was very strange because the series ended with a big battle between him and the main villain, and the main villain being having his whole operation exposed. But it really didn't lead to anything good. As the main villain is now just taking over the world openly, and Peter Stanchek here is just trying to hide from the world who wants to find him. Good story. I've been enjoying Harbinger all along, and I'm sure I'll enjoy this along with these other Valiant books. And then we have Wayward number 2. I only put issue... This hasn't made it onto my pull list yet, because issue 1 I was a little 50-50 on, and it was enough to get me to put issue 2 on my pull list, but I haven't put the series on. Issue 1, it was okay, but I saw a lot of reviews on it online that liked it better than I did. Not that I disliked it, but it's the story of, I'm not sure who this guy is, but the first issue was a story of a woman who's half Japanese and half Irish, I think it was, and she was moving to Japan, and she ran into these traditional Japanese monsters who live among the people now, and I guess it's going to be a monster fighting book. But like I said, it was solid but not spectacular. We'll see how issue 2 goes and if it makes it on my list. Saga, chapter 23. Chapter 22 sure ended with a bang, so we'll have to see where chapter 23 leads us. But from this cover, let's see. I think this was the character who ended with a bang last episode. Let's see if I can open up to a page that's got a non-spoiler. Quick look. He's the narrator's father. Alright, I don't want to spoil anything for me or you since last issue ended with a bang, but there was a quick look inside. Saga's been a steady book. I've enjoyed it. gonna keep getting it. And here we have Rachel Rising number 28. Boy, that Terry Moore can do a nice cover. This series has been, I buy everything Terry Moore does, so not surprising I've been buying this series. I'm not sure how long it's going, though. His last series, Echo, he told the story in 30 issues, because that's what he does. He figures out how long it's going to take him to tell the story, and he goes that many issues. I imagine this one will, I don't know if we're 2 issues from the end or not, but either way, it's a good horror story. Look at that cover. About witches and mystical powers and coming back after 200 years to get revenge on the ancestors of the people who killed you because you were a witch. All sorts of fun horror stuff. Oh, I like those little... Interesting the way he did that ground there with those little white lines coming out of the tree. He always has some interesting techniques on his covers. But anyway, if you've never checked out Terry Moore's work, check out Rachel Rising, check out Echo, check out Strangers in Paradise. Anything he's got is generally pretty good. That brings us to Outcast, issue number 4, by Kirkman and Azaceta. I thought the first issue was a little rough. I've liked it it's been getting better ever since. Issue 3 I enjoyed. It kind of ended with a police officer looking to our lead character here to help him with some investigation. Our lead character is some sort of, I don't know, power over demons or whatever they are. They don't quite explain what anything is. Paul Azaceta's art is real nice. Let's open that up for you. Look at that. It's got sort of a David Mazzucchelli style. Some nice storytelling. I like that tree in the background. But I've enjoyed Outcast. I've heard some people compare it to something like an Exorcist story, but I'm still not positive it's an Exorcist story yet, but that's what it seems to be. I'm along for the ride on this one, so I'll keep getting it. It made it onto my pull list. Mind Management. This cover will give you a laugh. I think it's called How to Knife Fight. And as you can see, approach with the knife. Guy charges with the knife. Guy gets hit with mental blast. So I guess the lesson is don't bring a knife to a psychic fight. But anyway, Mind Management is an excellent comic. One of my favorites. Full of intrigue. Let's open it up to see. The artwork is this is actual watercolor and not computer. And then, he's got a very rough style here with it. But the storytelling is anything but rough. The storytelling is really, really good. All these different agents from a defunct organization called Mind Management are coming together to try and either reorganize Mind Management or keep Mind Management from being reorganized. Because, and they have all got crazy superpowers. So this is definitely one I recommend. You can, of course, find it all in trade and hardcover and everything else. So I say give Mind Management a read. The Massive, issue 27. With this story, things about the Earth have gone from bad to worse. After they called it the crash, when the environment got so bad that everything changed and all the weather patterns changed and governments collapsed and everything went to hell in a handbasket. And now things are getting even worse. But what's weird about this story in The Massive is that we're all of a sudden getting supernatural elements in it. It's just kind of because there were an occasional out of place hint of supernatural elements in this story, but now we're getting like straight out supernatural stuff, and it's like, huh? very, very strange. His like wife girlfriend is like the spirit of Earth or something, I think. And there's our lead character who's dying of cancer. Boy, does he look awful now. He was young and handsome in the beginning of the book, and now he's unshaven and his face all sunken. But they finally, at the end of last issue, found the Massive, which is this ship back here. That's their ship in front of the Massive. So the story originally began with their ship looking for their sister ship, the Massive, and they kind of abandoned that story line for like 12 issues or so, and now the Massive shows up. So we'll see. Like I find myself, I like about half of Brian Wood's projects, and this is on the I like side. So check out the Massive. Next we have Butterfly. I picked this one up only because I really liked the last broadcast from this company that published it. This is a 4-issue mini here. I've enjoyed the last broadcast so much. I figured I'd give another one of her books a try, and I really like this cover. That's a Phil Noto cover there, but I also like the type work. It's just a nice cover. And oh man, it feels that's smooth. This is a comic with an actual cover stock. That's thick, rather than today, and it feels all smooth and buttery. So it's good. See that? If you make your comics nice to the touch, I might even buy them. But the inside, I have no idea what the story was. Something about a woman who's dangerous with a gun. Who knows? There's an explanation on the back, but let's see. The deep cover agents of Project Delta are ghosts. No birth certificate, no social security number, blah, 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 blah. You can read the rest if you want, but guess it's some secret agent book. But I just liked the cover so much and liked the other book from this company that I figured I'd give this one a try. And here's another one I picked up just for its cover. It's the new 52 Harley Quinn lenticular cover. Let's see if we can get it working there. Oh, look at that. Wedding dress, bathing suit. Wedding dress, bathing suit. This is an Amanda Conner cover that I wanted to get because I'm an Amanda Conner fan. Even though I'll probably never read the comic because I don't really care for Harley Quinn, and the Joker is probably my least favorite character ever. I'm sorry, being crazy is not a superpower. It's a detriment. But anyway. There's a nice cover. That's kind of funny. I haven't liked most of these lenticular covers. This is only the second one I've picked up of them. But I appreciate gimmicks, even if I don't buy them. I'm not against gimmicks. But anyway, there's my comics for the week. What did you get? Before I go, I'll give you a look at the whole drawing that's in the background. This is a drawing I made last weekend. It's 20 by 28 inches, and that's all done with various Copic markers. As you can see, I like patterns and things. And parallel lines. That's what I do with these large marker drawings I make, is I use a lot of graphics on them and a lot of black and whites and patterns. Alright, there's your look. We'll catch you next week.